Nikocado Avocado is a name that is pretty much infamous across the internet. It is a name that everybody has one way, shape, or form has heard about on YouTube. If you are on YouTube, you know who this man is. He is someone that has been doing mukbangs for a very long time, and it was more or less, as everyone has assumed, was eating himself to death. Now, I say assume because you already saw the thumbnail. Yeah, the timeline, as everyone else has been saying, something has been changed. We have somehow reversed or went into an alternate universe. Things have just went completely just 360 reverse back in time. I couldn't really tell you, but this is something that has been taking, of course, the whole internet by storm, and for good reason, because this is something that no one has really expected, myself included. And I'm someone who's made a decent amount of videos on Nikocado Avocado. This isn't my first rodeo talking about the guy. Back when I made video essays, I even made a fucking video essay on this dude. So yeah, I've been keeping track of the whole lore when it comes to Nikocado Avocado. Anyways, yes, he has made his, I guess you could say, comeback or new announcement after what has been apparently 2 years in the making of him losing weight.
Consumers, all of these lost and bored people consuming anything that they're told to consume. So I am the villain, because I've made myself one. And you will continue to consume these stories about me, year after year after year, for as long as I tell the internet that I am the villain. Stories that permeate and linger and infect the minds of the ants. Influence the ants.
Now, I know you're probably wondering, why did I let that clip play a lot longer than it should have been? Because, of course, the whole part you wanted to see was him taking off the mask and saying, hey, look at me, I'm not fat as fuck no more. I lost weight. And so that's one part of why I wanted to show it. But another thing that I want to show, which I haven't seen anyone else really talk about yet, is the fact that this is actually part of a monologue of sorts that he actually made I don't know the best way to describe it, but he made a video that he posted a couple years ago. Let me see when I originally made a meme on this, because I made a meme about this back in 2022. Earlier in that year, he made a video talking about how this was all set up in a plan. He was always 2 steps ahead. And when people saw it, some people believed it, some people didn't. I was kind of in the camp of like, I don't know, bro. It seems pretty hard to believe at this point. But sure, go ahead. Hey, let me let you cook. But let me play that video for you first, just so you can sit there and see the monologue, and then we'll go over the rest of this.
2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead. This has been the greatest social experiment I've come to know. Certainly the greatest social experiment my entire life. I am the villain. I make myself one. And people will consume these stories year after year after year. Stories that shock, that confuse, stories that are deliberately made to blur the boundaries between fact and fiction. Stories that permeate, infect, and linger in the minds of the ants. And you will continue to consume. And I'll continue to be 2 steps ahead.
And when you listen to that, it would come to no surprise that the clickbait titles, the outlashes, the acting out on camera, doing all these random actions were all just calculated things that he was doing as an online personality for the channel. At some point in the past, I believe that he had full control of everything he was doing and that he actually understood what he was doing. But at this point in time now, I can't believe that anymore. When you're at the point now that you're making video series titled 400-pound celebration, I don't think you're in control no more. I think you're gone. I feel like each video of his that I look at, it feels like a sitcom act. It's the same thing every single time. Walks in there, gets on camera, has some food, some of it drops, starts crying, does a quick upset, and then it's the same action per each video. It's very formulaic now, but it works for him, so that's why he keeps doing it. One of the biggest things that people have said, and I completely agree with, is that if he never found success doing mukbangs, he wouldn't be where he is today. And I completely agree with that. At this point now in time, Nick is a ticking time bomb that is just waiting to explode. And boy, was I wrong. He had everyone played like a fool. Now, granted, I said in the video, all right, I think that there was some merit to truth in what he was talking about, the 2 steps ahead at that time, but it was kind of hard to believe because, I mean, who the fuck fucking records videos for 2+ years ahead of time and just drip feeds them time and time again? Like, that's really far-fetched. That's really hard. If you told someone that that's what Nikocado Avocado was doing, you wouldn't believe him. You'd be like, no shot, bro. That's fucking cap. That's fucking cap, bro. But clearly in his timeline, that's where we are. Anyways, the reason why I wanted to play all that was, first of all, to, you know, eat my own words, because clearly I was really thinking that there was no shot that he was going to come back. I was hoping that he would, and I even said in the videos, like, yo, I hope that he genuinely is able to go on a journey for weight loss, and if he does it, then he can sit there and focus content towards that, which is more positive and actually encourages and motivates people to want to be better, and hopefully maybe even themselves want to lose weight. That was the idea that I think would be a really great thing to do, and I hope that with this new content shift that he's going to do it. But the other reason I showed the clip was just to sit there, and it's kind of like a looking back, you know. It's like when someone drip feeds, it's like when you're playing a game or you're playing a movie and the writer drip feeds like a couple hints that leads to like what the ending of the story is going to be, or like a big scene or a big villain reveal or something like that's happening. They drip feed certain things, but then when you go back and replay the game later, or you rewatch the movie or TV show, do you actually see those and like, oh shit, how the fuck did I miss that? That's kind of what I feel like now we are at with that monologue. That was over 2 years ago, dog. And that was a clip that he originally posted, and then it was taken down and people just happened to re-upload it. And so not many people ever really saw that clip. So it's very intriguing just to sit there and look back and see all of that now on present day. And I think that also really adds validity that this was all, as he likes to say, it was a social experiment.
You are the ants. Today I woke up from a very long dream, and I also woke up having lost 250 pounds off of my body. Yet just yesterday, people were calling me fat and sick and boring and irrelevant. People are the most messed up creatures on the entire planet. And yet I've still managed to stay 2 steps ahead.
And to his point, he is correct. People were making videos still up to this very single day. Well, minus the whole new weight loss situation, but you still had this video from 5 days ago. Sunny V2 literally made this video 2 days ago. Nikocado's new video is honestly just depressing. People were still making a fuckload of videos on him all these years later. And to his credit, yeah, I mean, granted, when you look at his channel, he was still making a lot of videos, not on this channel specifically, but if you look at some of his other channels, he still has other videos that he was posting. This was 5 months ago, 3 months ago, 1 year ago. This was 2 years ago. Then you go to more Avocado, 2 weeks ago, 1 month ago, 3 months ago, 4 months ago, 6 months. Like, he was still pumping out content. So, of course, people are still going to be making videos on him, but again, it leads back to what he was saying earlier. He was 2 steps ahead of everyone.
Back here with all of you. And it was a long 8 years, wasn't it? It was a long 8 years. And I didn't think that it would have gone this long, but it did. And it was like a bad dream that, yeah, it was like a really bad dream that we were waiting for it to be over. And it's over. It was just a dream. It was just a dream, Mr. Noodle, wasn't it? Yeah. It feels like a bad dream. But we woke up. We woke up. Yeah. We're so excited. We woke up. Yay! We woke up from the bad dream. And, I'm back.
Genuinely watching that, it feels like we have just hit the reset button on a timeline. It's like someone hit the reset button on a fucking YouTube channel, or you just walk through a portal into an alternate universe and you're just now watching him making videos as if he was back when he said 8 years ago. And it's just genuinely very interesting to see the idea that this was, again, all a social experiment. And as he said, it was a bad dream. It's a social experiment he wanted to try, but it can also be a bad dream. Just because someone wants to do something doesn't mean they like it or that they want to do it, but they're kind of compelled to. And I still stand by my words in my previous video I made a couple years ago, that this was something that he kind of felt forced to do. And Charlie even makes that in his own video. He talks about it. He makes the same point that I think Nikocado Avocado was doing this because he felt like he needed to make money, and this was his bread and butter. That's why people subscribe. Whether people like it or not, he got a fuckload of views on every mukbang video. Even though it had a shitload of dislikes, people always kept constantly coming back over time and time and time again, and they were always watching and getting thousands and hundreds of thousands of views, and that's fucking money. That's fucking dollar bills, dog. And so that's like your bread and butter, so you have to kind of feel like, fuck, I gotta keep making that. It's like someone who makes only drama videos and then they may only make it on one topic, and that's all the money that keeps coming in. Then you're going to feel kind of compelled to keep talking about that one topic, even though your audience is probably going to evaporate after that one topic, and they might stay, like a couple of people might stay, but you feel so compelled that you have to keep talking about this one topic because that's where your views are coming in, that's where your money's coming in, that's where your subscribers, that's where everything's coming in, so you feel compelled. And I think that's really how Nikocado felt when it came to the mukbang stuff, hence why he said it's a bad dream. You can still enjoy mukbangs, but you can also hate the way that your body has transformed and what you've done to it in that time period.
I don't know if people want to hear from me or like my content at all. I actually just don't even know. So please consider subscribing, and at the end of the day, if just 1 or 2 people show up to watch me eat, I'm happy. It means I'm not hated by everybody. So I'll be posting here now, and I look forward to hanging out with you in my next video. I already know what it's going to be, and it's coming out in a couple of days, so subscribe and I'll see you later. I hope you liked your food. Okay. Bye. Oh, and please also comment if there's any suggestions you might have for me, since I haven't made a video for like 2 years. Yeah. So it's been a long time, and I don't even know how to do this, but I think I do. You just have to eat. Okay, bye.
And so that's how part 2 of his video to this entire story ends. He explains at the end that he hasn't made a video in over 2 years. So if you were wondering how people have been wondering that this has been 2 years long and that everything was all pre-recorded, that's can pretty much already validify that as well too. And then a lot of people were explaining as well too what part of the reason he probably shaved off all his hair was to prove that this is actually current him, and that this isn't something from years and years ago that he recorded like a fucking almost a decade ago to sit there and try and add to like fucking chess plays and playing 5D chess moves. You know, this was to prove that this is current, this is him today, and that this isn't pre-recorded, that he did it fucking eons ago, just like the other videos that he's been posting on his channel just 2 weeks ago, where he was still 250 pounds heavier. So yeah, this is a pretty crazy situation. This is pretty interesting. To be honest, at the end of the day, I think this is a situation that people should hopefully find something positive in. And I think that people are going to be really receptive. You already look at the videos themselves. They are doing pretty fucking well. Just this video alone is at almost 7 million views, 498,000 likes. And if you go to part 2,
welcome to Nick.
Same thing, 1 million views, almost 2 million, 89,000 likes. People are really receptive and excited about this, and I am myself too. Again, this is someone that I have been keeping track of for a very long time, dog. Like, I have made so many videos, and it's very sad to sit there and see what he was doing to himself and the way that it was spiraling out of control. It's great to see that this was all more or less an act. I think that no matter what, I don't think that anyone's gonna be like, fuck, oh my god, you know, they're not gonna be fucking mad that he fucking played everyone like a fiddle, right? They're gonna be fucking excited that this was all just an act, more or less, and that this is really what he wants to do, and he wants to be healthy, and he wants to make content where he's not just doing shit just to get views and just sitting there trying to milk as much shit as he can. It's just going to be him being himself and authentic. And as Charlie pointed out in his video, hopefully maybe he makes videos of him playing the violin again, which for those that don't know, he's a very talented violinist. And if you're curious, I'll put a link in the description below to the video essay that I made on Nikocado Avocado over 2 years ago if you want to see more about sort of the origin of him and what sort of led to where he was a couple years ago. And then of course now we got this video. But yeah, if you made this far into the video, consider giving a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below what you think. Have a great day. Yeah.